before this spills over. My leg is the only thing holding it up.
What's happening?
The paint slid. It got caught on my
Oh.
shirt. I didn't want to crash all over the place.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a situation, wouldn't it?
Yes. Okay, come on. Go live. Yours is working. I'm going to try again. Let's reload it. This happens every week. There we go. I don't know why it automatically goes to your phone and not mine. Oh, we need our artwork.
Oh, yeah. You can turn your volume down on your phone, right?
I always forget to turn it down.
Volume down on your phone. Oh no, something fell.
How dare you?
How dare I? I didn't do anything.
You're the one grabbing the artwork.
Oh, look at
Hi,
me.
Tia Beanie. Our cat has decided to join the session.
The sesh.
Come on.
The kitty paint sesh. We're gonna paint the kitty.
You know, you're going to get on my lap and I'm going to start coughing because I'm allergic to you.
Gopher of love.
Come on. Come on.
It's the gopher of love,
Come
baby.
here. I'll let you on my lap. This is Tia Beanie. Our friends call her Tia Beastie because she doesn't like anyone but me. But, oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you too. You're going to make me cough all over because I'm allergic, but I love you. All right, down you go. Come on. All right, there you go. Good girl.
And now you're covered.
I haven't given her enough love over the holidays.
Yeah.
I've neglected her so.
Oh, I think she'll be okay.
I think she'll be okay too now that she got a kiss from her mama.
Mm-hmm. It's true. All right. So back to it then.
Okay, let's do this. So last week I was working on these cute little pirate girls. I'm going to continue. They're a commission. I'm going to continue to work on them this week. And like I've said, when it comes to doing commissions where you're doing multiples of the same thing, it's really important to just one at a time do the same thing to each one so you don't miss any steps. You make sure you're covering all the you're pretty much dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's of painting the figure.
Especially the T's.
Yes. Last week I got the buckles on the boots done and the little bells and skirt and hat. I even put some gold trim on the edge. It's really cute. And the skull is dry brushed so it pops out a little bit.
The skull pops out.
Yes, on the hat in gold.
We
forgot our
kind
papers.
Of miniature show. Oh yeah.
Oh, they're to the left.
Oh.
So I'm going to try this.
Try what?
To show them the close-up of the skulls.
Do you want me to do it?
I'm trying. Over. I don't know if you guys can see the gold on the hat there. As I move it to the other side. It does the opposite. It drives me nuts.
You'll get the hang of it.
I will get the hang of it. Hopefully you guys could see close enough to see what I was trying to show you. What I did when I dry brushed.
Well, one thing that we can do that might help you a lot is we can move the bin from underneath here so we can, whoa, careful.
That's as far as it'll go.
Fantastic. Can you move that towards you?
This
And that way.
and that. Oh, this way. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Now, how close can you get to the table?
We will see. Should I put the paper up as a tester?
No, I mean, how close can you scoot into the table?
This is as far as I can get in. The chairs are a little wide.
Okay. I was just curious because now you might be able to reach over there a little bit better.
Let's try and see.
Yeah, not that way. Yeah.
Can you see? Oh, it is working. It's still a
Move
little
it
fuzzy.
back. There you go. If you're too close, and center it a bit more.
I'm trying. But you can see the little gold skull there on the hat.
Yeah, that's really
That's
good.
something that I dry brushed with this. Eats was we were talking about last week. These little brushes are wonderful. They're just makeup brushes. They're great for dry brushing, for zenithal highlighting. Like if you don't have a spray or a airbrush gun.
Yeah, you got that right.
And for blending as well.
Mm-hmm. Emphasis on the blending. I'm joking.
We use
you
it a
don't have
lot
to
for
use
the
it
blending.
Good evening, Mud. How are you?
Hey, Mud. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Leave it to me to actually get the 2 T's on the calendar mixed up. I was like, wait, I set it for the 8th instead of the 6th. So I guess we're doing a second special session for you this week.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. I love it.
The only downside is I wouldn't be able to be there. I have an order I need to finish. And Thursday is the last day. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Well, we're still welcome to. You can at least help me set up, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Or we could
Yeah, I think
also
so.
just do a recorded session where we just hang out and paint together and then just play it later.
Yeah, whichever you prefer. Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to come tonight. The
Duh.
door's open. Last minute, that'd be fun, right?
I mean, that's asking a lot of somebody.
I know, I was saying it jokingly.
As you look expectantly towards the chat.
No,
I'm joking.
I don't do that.
All right, so I'm going to get back on this choo-choo train.
So we went ahead and we saved our papers from last week to make sure we get the color mixes right. That's something you can do. It's really nice. You can actually, as long as you don't leave it in too long, you can actually leave it in your wet palette for a few days and it keeps the paint moist and fresh for you. I wouldn't recommend doing it for a whole week though, because then the pad ends up smelling like mildew. So what we did just so we could have the colors right is we let it dry out.
Without the mildew.
Without the mildew, and then went ahead and re-moistened the paper just so we could match colors this week.
Yeah. Completely mildewless.
Aw, that's so sweet. I don't really expect it. You're totally fine. We can do it on Thursday. I don't mind at all. But it's really sweet that for you to say that that if you could, you would swing by.
Yes. Come on. There we go. Go for a love, baby. Man, that cat.
I think I'm done with black. trying to remember where I was going to start this week. I think I'm going to start with their hair. I think he said, no, he said he wanted red hair. So I believe this is the type of red that he wanted. So today we're going to go ahead and paint their hair red and their feather red. The red that I have here is Mauricia red or Mauricio red.
Yes. Look at that point.
Make sure that you're
Look at
shaking
that
it up.
tip.
Yes, very nice.
You could John Wick somebody with this.
Also, when you're just starting out, make sure you always shake up your paints really well. And usually there'll be like a little bit of bubbling for the first little bit. So it doesn't hurt to just tap out to make sure that you get all those bubbles out before you put it on your paper.
Yes, tap out.
Which usually it's only like one tap to pop the bubble. As we always say, a little bit goes a long way. You only need a little drop. And for those that are just starting to watch, a lot of people go straight for the fine tip. You're going to want to go with something like this with a good tip. Gives you more control of where the paint goes. And what I do to make sure I don't get too much paint on the mini, I make sure that the paint doesn't go very thick on the brush. All you need is a little dab on the tip. This is actually a really pretty red. And rather than putting the paint on thick, if it goes on kind of thin, you're going to want to do it in layers just so that you don't fill in all the little gaps and details, and so that it takes away from your character and makes them look kind of like flat. So are you painting tonight, Mud? And if so, what are you painting? Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. It's probably a good thing that we misscheduled for Thursday then. I'd hate for you to come and have to do an interview and everything with these bright lights with a migraine. That would really suck.
Yeah. No bueno.
She's got this little braid hanging over her shoulder. I'm trying to get without coloring her neck, which it's good. I have a steady hand. We have good lighting. I did forget that she has pointy ears though. Shows on one side. I'll have to come back and fix that. Oh, she's so cute. I love her pigtails. Wait. That's interesting. Oh, okay. I just know she has a pigtail in the front and a pigtail in the back on the same side. And it
That's
threw me off.
fine.
I was like, wait, is that supposed to be there? Unless it's like some sort of little loose lock or something.
Nice. I finally got the texture I was going for the color with
Yay!
the stick.
Nice.
I wanted the stick to look like maple. I finally got that mapley kind of yellow color.
You should definitely show a close-up of that.
Okay. Without getting my arm in paint, yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Hey, with your jacket, it just add to the character.
Ooh. That's the stick. Yeah.
Very nice.
Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick. Do you know my dad? Oh,
What is that quoted from?
G.I. Joe.
Oh, I haven't seen that in years and years and years and years. Not to date myself. It's been a very long time.
Do you know my dad? Knowing is half the battle. That's correct. Thank you. I'm not quite done yet, but I appreciate that. It's one of those rangers that has a familiar, and this guy over here is her little owl familiar turned into a knight character. I'll give you a better view of him when I'm starting to work on him a little bit more. we need that. Oh. And now it won't stop. It won't stop. Stop it.
So, you know what's funny? I've had a lot of people ask me to explain color theory when
Yeah.
it comes to paint class. And the thing is that since I'm just like a hands-on painter, and ever since I was little, I've always experimented with color, but I've never really looked into the equations of how to make the colors. It's just always been kind of natural for me to figure out which colors to mix to make another color.
Well, color
So-
theory is a bit more than just mixing color,
Oh,
though.
I know.
It's like what kind of emotions can you get out of certain combinations of colors?
Yeah.
Kind of
And-
like music
Yeah,
theory.
and that's always come natural to me. It's like if someone's upset, you could use more red or this or that. You know what I mean? So I'm actually, since a lot of people have been asking about that, I've been thinking about looking into it in a little bit more depth so I can give a more accurate little way to describe it besides what I've experienced myself hands-on.
Mhm.
And I think I'm going to be doing a little recorded episode about in regards to that here pretty soon. I just want to look into it to make sure that
That would
I'm
be pretty
explaining
cool.
it the right way. By people asking me questions when I just do this stuff naturally, it's really inspiring me to look into it more and figure out why do I feel this way with this color, or why do these two colors seem to mix so well to make this one color. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's really weird because, I don't know, some colors you wouldn't expect to mix to make like dull colors make something so vibrant, or, you know, I don't know.
I think
always-
you do know.
I always just mixed my own colors and just did what felt natural.
Right.
And so I'm going to be looking into that a little bit more so that I can give a more direct answer rather than, you know,
Indirect answer.
yeah. I know I could still use some work on my classes have always been based for beginners and just getting people comfortable with using colors. So I've never really had to like explain it. I know it's weird to be teaching this and admitting that I've got some stuff I need to learn myself. But I think it helps for everybody to learn a little bit
I
and
mean,
to take things further than what they're comfortable with. You know, learn a little bit more so they can do better for the ones that are watching. Like I said, this is a beginner's class, but I wouldn't mind looking into better ways to describe things outside of my own experimentation.
yeah. I feel you.
You know, I agree with you completely. That's why I want to figure out a better way to articulate it so that it's simple to understand for people that are just starting and want to start with more detail in their classes and stuff. So, but it's nice to know that you understand where I'm coming from. I think this is the color I used last week. Shylin Blush, or was it Talden Pink? They're so close in colors. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, back in my day, they didn't
Uh-oh.
really express all the theory and stuff. They just said paint a picture, and if it looks good, you get an A.
Yeah, that's one way of going about it.
Sorry, I had to pull the whole back in my day thing because I think it's fun.
That's fine. All is forgiven.
My mom, she was always a natural when it came to blending and stuff in her art as well. And I think I've just learned a lot by watching her.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm. No, no.
Not
Back in
yet.
my day,
It's
we
it's
used to
coming though.
go to school uphill both ways. And you didn't have a bus unless you lived 5 miles away
In the snow.
in the snow. We used to bring a cart to school.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just touching up the face a little bit, because like I said, you do the big stuff. If you make you focus on the big stuff because it's easier to fix things on the bigger stuff than it's the littler stuff. I'm experiencing that right now because a little bit of her red hair went into her face. I don't want that to take away from the character. So I'm just doing a little bit of touch-ups here to fix my mistake. Oh, I didn't realize I got a little bit of red on the side of her nose too. Jeez. But it would be a lot worse if I didn't have control of the tip here of the brush. If I was using a fine brush, it would be a lot easier to mess it up and take it
To the next level.
to the next level of a mess up.
Yes. The point of justice. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Now, I can't remember if Dan wanted me to do the wings and the tail black or red. I think it's black because I don't think she's a tiefling. I think she's more with bat wings. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the tail and the wings kind of a gray color. And then I'm going to dry brush over the lifted parts with some black to give it a bit more depth and detail. I just need to figure out which type of gray I want to use. I don't want it to be metallic. I may only have metallic grays here. Cold iron, yes. Let's see. That's the black. Oh, there's a matte gray. I'm using Gug Umber.
Gug.
I don't know what Gug is. Want to hear a fun back in my day story is we grew up in a small town called Fillmore. The only people that were bussed in were the people that lived up in the canyons or from Meadow and all these different places around town. All these different towns went to this one small school. And I have memories of, since we didn't have a ton of money, and this will be a really weird story, but we actually put plastic bags, so since we did walk to school, over our feet and our hands to keep them dry until we'd get to school, and we'd walk to school with bread bags
Yeah,
and
seems
elastics
innovative.
over our shoes so that we wouldn't have wet shoes when we got to school. I know, sounds,
Sounds innovative.
yeah. And there was another story I wanted to share of way back when. So it's just a small town, didn't have a lot going on. You know how nowadays with movie theaters, all the theaters are getting the movies at the same time, like the new releases and stuff. In Fillmore, we were actually watching Napoleon Dynamite, and it makes me remember this. Is a lot of those small towns, you end up getting movies and stuff or the fashion stuff later on because you're like 2 hours or so away from the closest city. So our fashion was always behind, and we'd have to wait a year to get the new releases. Our new releases were like 6 months to a year later. So
Fun.
it's kind of,
You were living in a time capsule.
yeah, it was like I was just stuck in time capsule. And we also had like actual cowboys they had a cattle run that went from up in the canyon straight through town past our elementary school into the desert every year. So
And they never came back.
you'd see these herds of cattle just, it was only a block away from my house. You'd hear all this mooing and you'd look outside and there's just like this great big herd of cattle just taking up the whole road a block down and going past our school out into the fields and meadows and
And
stuff.
you're like, what is that?
I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
Uh-oh, your cat is destroying something again.
She's
Just
she's
excited that
actually-
we're up here.
She's actually messing with her food dish. We have her, you can't really see it with where we're at, but we've got a cat mansion just across the room from us where we keep her food and stuff on the bottom row. I mean on the bottom tier so that the grandbaby doesn't mess with her food or notice it's there. And that's what if you hear any little crunchies and munchies, that's what it is.
Crunchings and munchings.
You know what? You're right. Trash bags do make a great sled. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but tell me, how do you know? You said to ask. Ah, just like in Fillmore. See, that's why we connected the first time we met. We've got a lot in common in the way we grew up. I mean, our parents, they did the best they could, but things were different back then, you know? They did the best they could.
They were working with what they got.
Yeah. Back then, people actually it was cheaper to make your own clothes rather than buy it. Nowadays, you go to the fabric store to buy fabric to make your own clothes, and it costs more than the expensive brand name stuff at the mall.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I went to do pajamas, to sew pajamas for the kids one year. I was going to do that, and
I remember that year.
yeah, and we were over, and there was this big sale at Joann's. We went there, and we bought a few yards of fun fabrics that we thought they'd enjoy for their pajamas. We were getting ready to buy them. When we got to the front, the fabric ended up adding up to like $300 by itself, and we were like, no, no, no. We put it back on the shelves and went and bought pajamas.
It's sad how that works.
It is really sad. It's because they don't want us to be able to be self-sufficient. Wait, I shouldn't talk about politics here. We'll just nix the fact that I said anything about that. You guys didn't hear nothing. But yeah, it was normal to make your own clothes. He says that they did. And they always wanted to do more, but couldn't with 5 of us. You know what's really funny? That's my exact same story. There's my brothers and and there were 5 of us exactly as well. Yeah, it was, wasn't it, Lynn? You remember? They would have been awesome pajamas. Lynn and I were actually gonna work together on it. And we just couldn't afford the fabric and supplies. It was the same thing when we went to the Joann's closeout sale, huh, Lynn? Yeah. And welcome, by the way. And as per usual, I have to do this every week.
Uh-oh.
Hello, little bird. Grandma loves you. Yeah, it seems like a lot of craft stores are going that direction, though. Just make everything so expensive because crafts are more of a fun little hobby thing than something that actually can help someone save money these days. Unless you go to like the dollar store or something and repaint or redo something or make something out of a whole bunch of different dollar store things. But you go to buy a basket or something over there and they're like $30, $40. Aw, that's too bad. You need to turn, is the TV back on now? Ren turned off the TV.
Oh.
Okay, so should I give her the shout out all over again? Hello, little bird. Grandma loves you. But yeah, we were, let's see. Yeah, so we were talking about how a lot of craft stores are going in the direction of overcharging because it's more of a like hobbyist little niche trend thing, not really trend, than it is to actually people creating new things to save money like it used to be, or making things. I knew this lady when we lived in Nevada when I was a kid that actually made a new outfit for her kids every week so that they never had to wear the same thing very often. Didn't feel like a repeat of clothing, and the stuff was always so cute. And she'd have those little outfits hanging on a nice little hanger on the end of the kids' beds for the next morning, so they'd be excited to wear something new each day or each week. I'm so glad. Has she had her nap and everything today? Is she going to be cheerful for you? Getting ready to eat some dinner. I feel like I'm painting all the way up to her back, but I'm not sure. I can't tell from where her wings are. Okay, I was talking about earlier about sometimes the paint may go on a little bit thin, but it's good to do multiple layers than it is to put it on too thick and risking losing the details of all the little indents and cracks and crevices and everything on the mini. Aw, she's grumpy. Aw, I'm sorry. How's her teeth? Have they all broken through, or is she still teething a bit? What was painful? I'm sorry, I've got a little heart in front of what you're trying to say. I can read up to the point where it says that was a painful grunt. Was it?
Was it a cramp?
Oh, was it a cramp? Oh, did I grunt?
Oh, no, it was me. I almost dropped my paintbrush while it was loaded with paint all over my jacket that one of my friends gave me.
I was so focused I didn't even
This
notice.
is-
I'm a terrible wife.
Oh, you're totally fine. It was just you were joking earlier on about me getting paint all over this jacket that Huria gave me, and how it's like my new favorite jacket, and how
And
it would suck if I got paint on it, and I almost got paint all over it.
I'm sorry, I jinxed you.
Yes, it's all your fault.
I heard that you came to get those muffin tins today. Have you baked the cupcakes already, or are you planning on doing that over the next couple days? She borrowed my cupcake tins so that she could give treats to the neighbors in apology for Ren being learning to sleep at night without milk.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah,
Most
she's gonna
people don't do
forewarn them
that.
about it and hopefully they won't have too many issues because she's bringing like cupcakes. And what type of cupcakes do you plan to make, or are you going to do muffins? Just curious, because you're an amazing baker.
Yes. I'm quite a big fan of her yellow cake. That was a uranium joke, just in case.
Oh,
no
I
one
didn't
got
catch
that.
it.
That's okay. I didn't think anyone got it. That's why I said that.
Thank you for clarifying. I'm sorry.
It was a dumb joke from the movie Get Smart. Get Smart because like they talked about that same thing. It's like there was like a yellow cake factory and they thought it was an actual uranium factory, but it was a literal yellow cake factory. And that's what made it funny and weird and quirky.
Hey, Mud got it.
At least someone gets it.
Yeah, you guys and your nerd humor. Jeez. Just kidding. I'm messing with you. But you guys do
You guys
seem to,
are nerds, though.
you guys do seem to catch each other's quotes and jokes where I'm like, what? What'd you say? What are you talking about?
Guilty. Yeah, guilty indeed.
Last week I couldn't keep up with you guys.
That's okay. All is forgiven, my child.
He says he's guilty too.
Yes.
At least you guys can go down together.
We're going down, 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 meow. Cause sugar, we're going meow, meow, meow. Get a bit of bub. In the bit of bub, of cocky about it. I don't know what the lyrics are to that
It's gonna
song.
be really funny if you got monetized for that.
Demonetized, yeah.
Demonetized because a computer or AI or whatever recognized the song.
They're like, that's way too close to the original. Yep. I'm just that good.
You're just that good.
The dulcet tones of Atla.
Yes.
Going down, down.
Oh my gosh. He asked if you know the Rimmer song.
Rimmer song, that sounds familiar.
Nose itch.
Is that Lorena McKennitt? I'm joking. I don't, not off the top of my head.
That would be the Mummer's Dance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mummer's Dance. Doodle 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 doodle.
Red Dwarf.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever heard it. I do know people that are big fans.
This stuff is very watery. That's okay. Like I said, layers.
Mm-hmm. Dang it.
What?
I made a boo-boo. That is upsetting.
It says for later.
That's better. It doesn't need to be perfect, so that's fine. It's just the boots anyway. Who even looks at those?
Me. Remember how I was talking last week how it doesn't seem like this mini held the primer very well?
Mm-hmm.
Still having issues with it. Paint just keeps kind of rubbing off. I wonder if it's the type of printing stuff that they used. Nice thing about it is if you catch mistakes right off the bat, you can just put a little bit of water on your brush and buff it out. And then,
Emphasis on the buff it out
yeah, with a little bit of water.
and elbow grease.
And then what you don't get out, you can, it's faded enough that you can paint over it if you need to. I was painting the tail and I got a little bit of the tail on her leg because they're attached. Let that dry for a minute and I'll go over it again.
That's gross.
The tail and the leg being attached.
Mm-hmm. I'm joking. It's fine. But not really.
It's gross. Dan was telling me that we should do some clips of the highlights of each week, like little shorts to prep people for the next week. What's your opinion on
That
that?
sounds lame. Let's do it.
Yeah. He says Atla's really good at editing. I don't think he'll have a problem doing that.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
He says, I know one of you will get a kick out of this. Might not have had enough UV time.
Ultraviolet.
Okay, I'm going over it with another coat.
Going down, 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 down. And honey, we're going down, winging.
Are you a fan of that song, or is it just kind of going through your head?
It's kind of just going through my head.
So that's not one I'd normally hear you listening to.
Not really. It's not my first choice. I wouldn't consider myself a Fallout boy, as the kids say, because they're so new and current.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's talking about the UV time for the minis. For a second there, my brain was saying it was another quote that I was missing. That's how much here I am. I came straight from work. Sorry. Yeah, it could be possible that it just didn't get enough time under the UV light is what he was talking about, to where the primer's not sticking very well, because if you don't, when you do have a mini, if you don't have enough time under the UV light for it to harden and set, the paint can have difficulty sticking to it. So you want to make sure that you have it under that light for the proper amount of time. I've never done any of my own printing. I usually have pay someone to do it for me. But I have heard a lot about that, and Mud is correct. That could be what's going on.
Going down, down, down. I need to turn that off.
He always has an alarm to remind him when it's 7 o'clock.
Do, 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 do.
So this is taking longer than expected to paint these wings, just for the fact that the paint is having some trouble sticking to the whatever primer ended up going on it last week. Yeah, he okay. Sorry, what are you saying why to?
Probably my alarm.
Oh, yeah. Why is it that you set it for 7?
Business stuff, but on Tuesdays I just need to turn it off.
Yeah, he has certain times that he does certain things business wise, just so that it helps him to stay in the rhythm of things and keep on task,
Hmm.
which I think is really quite smart to do.
I know. I'm so smart.
You're so smart.
I am the smartest.
Especially for someone that has so many different cool things that he's working on. It really helps to remind him to step out of point A and step into point B.
Yeah.
I have, it's really funny that you say that because I that's one of the things I go to as well, but I don't hear it from very many people that are younger than us. It's like it kind of got lost in time. The whole "I see," said the blind man quote.
Hmm. I remember when my brother told me that when I was a kid, I thought it was the funniest thing I ever heard. What? What?
So, um, as for the 8th, when you come and do the interview, we'll probably have to shut it down by about 7:30 or 7. Keep it kind of within an hour because I know that I'll be coming straight off of work that day around 5, and then I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning the next day to do a 10-hour shift. We originally had it more open, but they've had to, due to some stuff going on at work, they've had to schedule me for more than I originally had planned to work. Same thing with Atla. So we'll probably want to go from like 5:30 or 6 to 7 if that works for you. Oh yeah, you said you need to be 6 works best because you travel and commute. Yeah. It kind of bites, but we need to be able to, with it being a company that has very few employees, we need to be willing to be there for each other when someone can't be there. And and the boss won't be able to be there for a few weeks. So we're just trying to make sure that we work together to keep everything going smoothly while they're out of the office. Okay, thanks for being open, Mud. I appreciate it. And we can, after our class night, we can discuss whether we want to do it as a live or if we want to get together and record it and then play it as a more edited thing like we did for Steve Man. It's up to you. I don't mind doing it at live if you want to paint and talk about it. whatever you prefer. Talk about things that you do, how you got started, and all that jazz. So last week we were talking about doing the cream colored tops on these little pirates. And I've decided I want to see if I can put another layer on to brighten it up a little bit. So that's what I'm working on right now, is just to put a nice little extra coat on there to see if we can pull it a little bit more away from the actual character's skin color, because the character is also fair. And so I'm just trying to make, so that's what I'm doing right now. I've finished painting the tail and the wings, just the basic colors. Be able to go from there. Can I get your opinion on something?
Sure.
So is that like a string, like on a little bra? Or is that, or does it look like it's part of the shirt under her armpit?
Hold up a second.
It's your eyes. Okay, so it was pretty impressive the other day because my son gave me some of those little minis bookshelves, and the books, they're like only like this big. And anyway, the print is so tiny and detailed. It's the actual books. They're only like this thick, and the print is just tiny, 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 tiny.
Oh, that
Anyway,
looks amazing.
it's the mini brand stuff.
Oh, trade me.
Okay. And that looks really good.
What do you, is so strap?
So right here under the arm, there's a little piece of fabric. Does that look like it's the edge of the shirt, or does that look like more like a bra strap going from the front back? The reason I'm having him double check, like I was saying, is because he was actually able to read that fine print. He read like a few sentences out loud just because we dared him to try, and it was very impressive.
I mean, you can make it whatever you want it, but like that's just the, so right here is the obviously, as you know, the corset, and right above that is the buttress. So this is supposed to be skin,
Okay.
but you can put it as a part of the blouse or the buttress if you want.
Yeah, it actually is just a stomach. It's not a corset, just the stomach, but it does have the bodice on the
It
top.
looks like a corset, so I would go with a corset.
Dan was telling me it was just a white top.
I would
So.
go with a corset. I think a corset would be cool. That's just me, though.
I'll double check with Dan to see what he wants to do. If he wants to keep it kind of as a belly shirt or what. That looks so good.
The only thing I haven't done yet is the owl.
Oh, that's fun.
Hoot, hoot.
You know, when you say that, it makes me think about the Tootsie Pop owl.
Yes.
How many
One,
licks does it take to
two,
get to the
three.
Tootsie Roll in the middle? Or the Tootsie, yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It makes me think of that. Guess I could do a corset. Dan really liked this skin color though. But I see what you're talking about now. There seems to be a seam that comes down on both sides of the stomach.
Yeah.
I guess if he wants to keep it skin, I can do some kind of pinkish, reddish shading
And if
there
it is
to
skin,
hide
then
it.
what's under the buttress should be cloth. But if it's a corset, then it should be skin.
Yeah. So what I could do if he decides he wants to keep its skin on the stomach is I could use the really fine dry brush and just blend in here with some shadows, and you won't be able to see the seam on the stomach, the two seams. He says the owl was wrong. The answer is 42.
Yes.
So I take it you've done it yourself.
No, it's a Hitchhiker's Guide joke.
Oh, never mind. See, there you go again. Quoting and I didn't catch it. Like right over my head. Let's try to brighten up those sleeves a little bit more. Oh, that looks a lot better than it did last week. Maybe I just need a little bit of time for the paint that I put on last week to set in order to get these little things get to stick a little better on these sleeves. The sleeves looked kind of transparent because the pink of the plastic was shining through. There we go. That's showing a little bit more cream colored than the skin color now. There we go. Okay, so just like I did last week, I think what I'm going to do next is on her blouse, she's got sleeves, you know, the whole sleeve thing that's not attached to the shirt, it's just off the shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and it's got these wide cuffs, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give them sort of a embossed gold sort of effect. So it will pull together really nicely with the gold on the hat. I think that's going to look really nice. Now that I've got the color to go on a little bit better. Well, the shirt was, it looks kind of like it was nude. I'm just brightening up it a little bit because the paint didn't stick last week. And the characters were naturally this color. So to go over it with peach or pink or skin colors, different skin colors, this shows through a little bit. Sometimes it looks like shading, which makes it look like it's wet or transparent if the primer doesn't hold very well. You even discussed the possibility of doing little striped stockings or something, which could be fun. If he decides he doesn't want to go with just the skin tone on the legs. Once it's done, once I get the base colors, I'll have him look it over and see what changes he wants me to make to it. Because we weren't able to find a proper picture as reference for what he was going for. So we're just winging it and deciding what we want to change in the process. I know that he wanted to go with black and white as the base colors for the costume and the wings, and then to go further from there. Okay, now I'm going to do the black blending that I was talking about on the wings to give a little bit more depth. Now that I've got that gray, got a couple coats of that gray on there that's dried up. And for those that weren't watching last week, which shows we actually have 5 people watching us right now. We were talking about dry brushing, what you want to do or blending, also about the same. You want to get most of the moisture off the brush. Just barely dab the very tip of the hairs and then tap it out so it looks kind of freckly on your wet palette. And then you just go over it really lightly on the lifted parts to bring the details out instead of hand painting each little bit. And the reason I'm doing this is because with the gray, I want the wings to look kind of transparent with a little bit of light coming through in between the bones, or what they would call the fingers of the wings. Oh, that would be cool. I'd love to have you guys. You guys name the day that you want to come join us, and we'll do our best to to be able to film more of the table. They're talking about coming in and visiting us for a paint night.
Mm-hmm.
paint some stuff for his fingerboarding
That would be
that
interesting.
she got him, which would be really cool. We'd love to have you guys. That'd be so much fun. Maybe one of these times we can set up a session around the kitchen table since there's more space. And we could have a nice little group thing where,
Little powwow.
yeah, a little powwow type thing. So we can have at least 3 guests instead of space in this tiny living room for 1 at a time. Right now I'm just dabbing it out. I don't know if you guys can see well enough of what I'm doing. It's definitely adding a little bit more depth. Yeah, if we could set up a time where we could try to do it around the table, and if you wanted mud, you could come and visit for a little bit, maybe, and see the little one. And then if you don't want her on camera, what we could do is see if Spencer would be willing to entertain her while you guys paint for a night. That might be cool. I won't volunteer him directly. I'd have to ask him first, but it could be kind of cool. Or we could even just go over there or something where you have more space. Your living room is bigger than ours. And just do a little spotlight at you guys' house if you felt up to that. Yeah, we don't want her to be, I get that. We'll do what we can to keep her off. I don't blame you there. So what we could do is just have Spencer entertain her or something while we do it. Or what we could do is we could do it so it's not a live session, and then we could edit it to make sure that Ren's not online at all. That might work. How do you feel about that? Okay, cool. Well, when we're done with doing Mud's thing, his interview on Thursday, we can have a little chat outside of class and do some scheduling for that and decide what works best, where you want to do it at, and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, that could be true. I think ours does have a bit more furniture than yours. But I also think yours is a little bit bigger than ours. And I've been meaning to interview you anyways, because of your awesome crocheting and stuff like that, too. Once again, showing off local talent. Get the word out in case you want to do something with it. Oh, that looks really good. Now to do the tail. You're gonna use a measuring tape. He says an easy way to find out whose living room is bigger. He has a measuring tape that he could bring.
That'll do it.
Okay, so since this small brush isn't quite small enough to do the under the tail, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and use my other brush to just do a little bit of shading under the tail against the gray to give it a little bit more realistic effect of where the light would be. You're going to want to put the shadows where the light is going to hit the least. So you're going to want to put it on the underside here. It's one of the things when it comes to minis is a lot of times if you want to do highlighting, shading, stuff like that, you want to decide in advance where you want the light to come from.
Yeah, it's much better than deciding in a van.
You're making them fun the way I talk.
No, I was just making
okay.
a silly joke.
Oh, it's just my phone keeps vibrating because of all the notifications that are trying to come through. Good thing I've got the sound off. That'd be a lot worse if it wasn't on vibrate. Van by the river. You don't want to live in a van down by the river.
Rolling on a river.
Wasn't that based on a Saturday Night Live or something like that?
No, that's Creedence Clearwater Revival.
No, okay, so I was talking to someone recently about a show or a skit where the guy is trying to convince the kids to go to college or something like that because they don't want to live in a van but down by the river. When the guy that's talking to them about it actually lives in a van down by the river, so he's
Talking from
referring to his
experience.
own life and his own experience, but it's not direct. Who was it I was talking to about that?
It was probably Mud. He just said yes, SNL.
Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Then I'm not completely out of it. I'm like, I know it from somewhere. I don't think I've ever seen that one, but I think it'd be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
We'll have to look it up. I'm adding a little bit of light to the top of the tail. Now that I've got that lower dark part. And I can't remember if I I haven't done these wings yet, so I need to do that. I got two stuck on the tail. So once again, I'm dry brushing the lifted parts of the wings to make the wings, give the wings a little bit of depth and helping them to pop out a little bit more for those who may have just tuned in. I was talking about dry brushing and how you can
Dry and brush simultaneously.
You can use it to add a lot of depth, texture, and stuff like that to your figure. Oh, I'm going to have to watch some of those. He says there's a few of them played by Farley.
I've never been a big fan of Chris Farley. I know that that's a controversial thing to say because everyone loved the guy, but I was always kind of like, eh. Take it or leave it.
Saturday Night Live has had some pretty awesome skits, though. Have to admit, they're really funny.
Yeah. I can take it or leave it.
I also liked Boys in the, what was it called? Boys in the Hall.
Boys in the Hall or something like that.
Yeah. That one
Yeah, I
was
remember
fun.
you introducing me to that. That was pretty funny.
Okay, now since there's not as many deep grooves on the back of the wings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the edge right here of the blending brush, and I'm just going to tap it out where I want the shadows to be. And that's what I'm doing right now. Because you don't want it to end up looking muddy. You want to give it a nice crisp but yet blended effect on the wings. You want to make it look like there's a little bit of light coming through the skin of the wings. So as you can, I'm just tapping it out. Tapping out a little bit up by her back, since there would be shadow there.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
You've been on a real Sonic kick lately, that and Pokemon. I don't mind though, I think it's fun. Yeah, he agrees with you about a few of them are funny though. He agrees with you. He's not a huge fan, but he's enjoyed some of that stuff. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, maybe it was a car scraping over yonder.
I was like, what's that noise?
Yeah.
Did you want to come in and say hi to our guests? Okay, that's fine. We can do it another day. My mom's in the hallway whispering to us. I was offering to introduce her, but right now she's not feeling it. So we'll do it another time.
Is my hair okay?
It looks fine. You'd have to be able to peek around here to see though. Did you want to peek and say hi? Okay, come on in. Just watch out for the equipment. My mom likes to watch us as well. She's very crafty herself. She actually made me a really beautiful Afghan for Christmas, and it took her over a year to make, a year and a half. But my hat goes off to my mom because she's the one that's inspired me quite a bit to love art. So if you want to just peek around at the phone and give a little hello, we've got
Which phone?
this one. So go ahead and lean towards me if you can. I'm sorry this thing's in the way. Actually, I'll just scoot up for a minute so you can squeeze in and say hi. Oh yeah, it does have the tripod there. I'll try to avoid that for a minute. Go ahead, scooch in here a little bit. Hopefully you don't catch on the paint. Give us a little hello. Sorry, not much space. Tiny living room. Okay, just go ahead and,
Hello.
oh, it doesn't show you. You're not able to get in far enough. I think what we'll do is we could always plan another day. Just a minute,
Yeah.
we're gonna move the table for a sec, my love.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is my beautiful mother. She in which I was named after. Go ahead, look right there at that camera. You're not quite there. Oh.
Hello.
I think that's as far as she can go. But yeah, she's the one that I've watched shade and play with color, and I even got some beautiful pieces that she did in the past before she got an injury and hasn't been able to really paint since, but she's still got the soul of an artist, and she's found other ways to express it, like Afghans and stuff like that. And she's also really good at embroidery as well. So I just thought I'd brag her up and give a hats off to her this evening.
She's
Share some
very
love.
flattering, I'll tell you.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and scoot the table back now. Okay, now we're centered, right? Is that good? Is that where it could be? Does it work for you?
Yeah, that looks about right.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I had to give that little nod. And now back to what I was doing. I'm tapping in the little shadows into the wings. and tap, 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 tap. And I tap, 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 and I tap, 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 and I tap, 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 tap. What is that from? But I think they say something else. Oh, I dance. It was a
remember that one.
meme. And I dance, 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 I dance, 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 I dance, 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 dance. Something like that. It's old. When the internet was young. Mhm. And by the way, Mother, Mud says hi. Sorry, she's too far away now. But I'll be sure to let her know. You did meet her when she came to some of the paint classes, didn't you, Mud? You know what I'm quoting? Okay, correct. Tell me the exact words and what it was from, because it's just stuck in my head and I don't remember where I got it from. Oh, the Dancing Kitty Cat song. That's right. You're so on it. Thank you.
I don't know if I remember that one.
I'll play it for you later. It was one of those little silly things that everybody got stuck on. I think it came out about the same time as the guy that was like, Apple, pen,
No.
Apple pen. Isn't that about the time it came out, Lynn? Not a moment. And that's one of those moments that the internet may not be as proud of. All right.
I've got a pen. I've got iridium.
It's probably for the better, Mud. Okay, so I'm going to have Atla, since he does it so much better than me, go ahead and show you these characters close up so you can see how it looks like there's a little bit of light coming through the wings. Just show the front side here.
Okay. Which side?
The front here between the wings. See how it's a bit lighter with a little almost pink showing through?
Yeah, I like that.
Taking advantage of the plastic. But it makes it look more fleshy.
Yes.
No, right there. Drop it down a little bit. Your character. There we go. And then bring it a little bit closer to the camera if you can. Yeah, the table's moving. But
Hmm.
yeah, you can see it a little bit right there. Right there is really good. Perfect. All right. So that's what they're both looking like so far. Okay, they got it. They say it's very nice. So you can bring it back. You got to see the look on his face behind the paper. I love you. You're awesome.
And this one is done. Finally, my ranger. She's a ranger.
Not quite there yet. There you go. Right there. It's wonderful. Oh, now it went fuzzy. Right there. And drop it down a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There you go. Right there. Stop. Sexy Ranger. All right. So does that mean that we're going to pause for the night?
I think so.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us again tonight, everybody. We love having you. You're amazing. And we'll probably see you on Thursday when we stream live with Mud. And yeah, we look forward to it then. They say indeed, very nice. They say it's way cool.
Way cool. Not just regular cool.
All right. So I guess we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are awesome. It helps to know that when we're taking that little bit of time out of the day, that there's other people taking that time as well. You guys rock. And hopefully just hanging out with us and watching us paint and stuff has helped inspire some of you to do the same thing.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
I'll get the owl next week.
Yep. We'll see you. We'll
which
see you
is
guys.
this guy, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to scoot the table over so it's easier for you to access the camera?
Just get out like that. Thank you guys for joining us
See you
again.
next time. Love y'all.